Hello, we are now ready to create some cards. To do that, I'll open the card list component, which receives the list as a prop. Scroll down, and here we can add a fictitious form component. Let's say card list item create form. That will receive the list as a prop. Now this form will be pretty similar to this create list form, so let's duplicate that one. I'll go back here into my resources, JS, pages, boards, and duplicate this component to card list item create form. Let's start from the top and see what we need to adjust. We no longer have a board prop, we have a list prop. We won't need any reference to the form, so we can remove this. The form will now have a title, a card list ID, which we can get from the list prop, and a board ID, which we can also get from the list prop. Now the show form function will remain the same, while the onSubmit function will post to a cards.store route, which won't have any parameter. Let's also remove this one since the form ref no longer exists, and we can now move to the template. I'll remove the form reference. The input will now be a text area. Let's remove the type. The placeholder will be enter card title. We'll have, let's say, rows 3. And I also want to be able to submit the form when pressing enter. So let's add key down, enter, prevent, on submit. Also, instead of form name, we'll have form title. Let's go ahead and adjust the button as well. We'll have add card. And now we'll need to grab the button from the card list. So I'll get this one, paste it here, and let's grab the vIf and the click event handler. And we can now remove this. We can now go back to card list and import the new form component. I'll do import card list item create form from /pages/boards card list item create form. Let's go in the browser, refresh, click add to cart, and here it is. Let's remove some of the padding. I'll go here, and we can remove this, and we can also remove the background and rounded since the backgrounds are the same. Refresh, and here's our form. Let's go ahead and add the card store route. So I'll open my web routes file, go here and say route post/cards, and we'll need a controller for that, so let's create it. I'll do PHP artisan make controller, card controller, and here we'll have card controller store, and then the name of the route will be cards.store. Let's open the controller to add the store action. We'll do public function store. Let's validate the request. We'll have board ID, which is required and needs to exist. We'll have card list ID, which is also required and needs to exist in card lists. And we'll have title, which is required. Let's create the card. We'll have board ID, which we can get from the request. We'll have card list ID, title, and user ID, which we can get using auth ID. Finally, let's redirect back. Let's test it out. I'll go in the browser, refresh, click add card, test, enter, scroll down, and here it is. Now, it would be nice to scroll down automatically. To do that, we'll need to emit an event from our form And then on the card list, we'll listen to that event and scroll down the list. So let's go here and say const emit equals define emits. Let's say created. And now here on success, we'll do emit created. So whenever a card is successfully stored, our component emits a created event. We can now listen to that event here. We'll do @created and call a function, let's say onCardCreated. Let's add this function. And here we should scroll down the list, but for that we'll need the template reference. So let's add it. I'll grab this and go right here. I'll do ref equals list_ref. And here we can basically do list_ref value scroll top equals to list_ref value scroll height. And this will scroll down the list. Let's go in the browser, refresh. We have an error. Ref is not defined. I forgot to import the ref function. Refresh again. Let's add a card, test2, press enter, and cannot set properties, scroll top to undefined. Here we need value, not values. Refresh again, test4, please, here it is, and another one, and so on. One final thing I want to do is be able to exit the form when pressing the escape key. To do that, I'll go back to our form and add a key down, escape, and I'll set isShowingForm to false. Let's refresh, open the form, hit escape, and we're good to go. Let's do the same for the create list form. I'll go down here, paste that in, save, refresh, add another list, hit escape, and there we go. And that was it for now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, share it, subscribe, click the bell button, all that good stuff. Bye!